Having any trade behind you is a good safety net. For in the case I wanted to try out something different, if it didn't quite work out, I could always fall back onto carpentry. Carpenters and joiners construct all the wood and metal work in domestic and commercial buildings. The first task of building a house is the first fix framework. First fix involves studs, top plates, ceiling joists, roof, the basic outline structure timber work of a house.
Okay. Right, Peter and Andrew, you can go and put the rest of the windows in.
You refer to the builder's plans a lot. They are an extremely good guide. They tell us absolutely everything we need to know, measurements, pictures, degrees, absolutely everything.
Okay then.
No worries.
You need to consider the safety of other people and yourself while you're out there. You're using a lot of power tools, there's a lot of people running around, nail guns. You've got to be very careful and look what you're doing. When you're on a roof, you're up very high and you're walking on very small amounts of timber. Physical nature is extremely tough. I tend to find that with pre-season football training I'm one step ahead of the rest of the players because my fitness level's up there. When I left school at the end of year 11, I went to do a one-year pre-vocational course at TAFE, just to give me an idea of whether I would like this job or not. It aided me in getting a job, as well as taking 6 months off the 4 years of my apprenticeship. I did my apprenticeship through a group training scheme run by the Master Builders Association, but there are other groups that do run them.
Good morning, Master Builders Association. Lee Shern speaking.
What happens is the organisation leases you out to employers.
All right, and when would you be looking at them starting?
I would have worked for about 12 different employers during my apprenticeship.
I do have a number of carpenter joiners that are available at the moment.
It's a really good scheme because you get to work with different bosses and you get to see different ways in which they work and different areas of the trade.
And that's what group training is all about, the hands-on, on-site learning of those skills. So the more diversity you give the apprentice, the more different sites you put them on, whether they're domestic housing or commercial sites, then the better understanding of the industry that apprentice has.
The major advantage of a group training scheme for myself is the flexibility to call in apprentices when we have busy times, but also to be able to send them back so they can go with another host employer when we're not so busy.
The best part about my job is when you get there, all you see is a big flat concrete footing. By the end of it, when you walk away, you've got a finished house that you can just stand back and look at and admire it. Some of them you like, some of them you don't. Some buildings I've worked on have been designed by architects. Their design needs to look good, be practical and not blow the budget.
I think it's the creativity of the profession that made me think of being an architect. I've always wanted to be creative. I'm working for a small firm which specialises in small to medium scale projects, and I get to do a wide variety of tasks, which I think is why I love my job. In a larger firm there's a tendency to be pigeonholed and you miss out on the scope, the broad spectrum of work. There's a lot of challenges when designing a building, but one of the initial ones is creating what the client wants, providing all their needs within the budget that they've got. We start with pencil and paper and very sketchy rough work, and then I go onto the computer. In days gone by it has been drafting, now it's all done on computer. One of the first questions employers ask is whether you're CAD literate. CAD stands for Computer Aided Design, and you can use it for 3D complex modelling. Hi Jane, it's Melissa from Measure Architects calling. Yes, I got your message about the bedroom. That's fine, the wardrobe's moving to the other side. There's a lot of people contact in our work, and you need to have really good people and communication skills. Thanks, bye. An architect is someone who creates, and that's their overriding role, but I think on a more day-to-day level, an architect is someone who mediates between the client and the builder. David, I've got those drawings that you asked for. When I finished university to get a job, I approached several small firms. I'm not happy with the way this area is working.
What are your problems?
It's the privacy between the lounge and the kitchen and the dining.
Do you think you need to put some screening in with maybe the furniture?
Yeah, well that's one thing I was thinking, or we rotate the kitchen. The most job satisfaction comes from walking to site and seeing something that has come from your head and your heart.
Once a building has been designed and a site chosen, it's time to lay down a firm footing. This job belongs to the concrete worker.
You need training, definitely, to do concreting properly.
Hold it straight, bud. 1.458. That's good.
Just checking the level. Some dimension peaks. Two of them. It's a very important process in building and construction. It's the first thing that happens when a structure is being built, and it has to support the structure.
10. Cut 4.
Because there are different processes in concreting and there's different tasks to be undertaken, you must communicate and work as part of a team in order that there is no mistake.
Okay, let's go across the other way.
Concrete work involves a lot of heavy lifting and a lot of bending, working on your knees for quite a length of time. You have to be someone who likes outdoors and someone who likes hard work. If you're wanting to get into some training, you could approach civil skills centres or TAFE colleges. The job satisfaction is, at the end of the day, it's like a sculptor who has poured a wet plastic mix into a mould and you have something solid that you have created.
Painters and decorators are often the last tradespeople on a building site. Once they've done their job, it's time for the client to move in.
Just about anyone can slap on a coat of paint. The hard part is the preparation. Most of my time at work is spent filling cracks, sanding them down. If you don't prepare your surfaces properly, when you've finished work, the end result just won't look any good. You don't need to be really strong, you just have to be fit, because there is a lot of carrying of ladders and planks and sort of setting things up. I'm trying to hold up the permit with one hand. You've got to be relaxed, easygoing, and get along with other people, because you do work with a lot of different people.
No, did you ever work at the cat lady's place?
No.
It was unbelievable, this lady. When I left school, the only thing I was sure about was the fact that I didn't want to do a desk job. I got into a 6-month course at TAFE where we did landscape gardening, tiling, a bit of everything, a bit of painting, and I decided through the course that painting was what I wanted to do. I'd heard through the grapevine of somebody that had just finished their apprenticeship and their employer needed a new apprentice, so I went round and spoke to him and I managed to get the job. Another way to get an apprenticeship is to approach the Master Painters Association. They've got a lot of employers on their books, and when they need someone, they'll bring them up and they send you to the job site. The area I enjoy the most is the decorative finish work, which includes scumbling, French washing, marbling, stenciling. It takes a lot of patience to do it properly because it's delicate work, but the transformation can be fantastic.
Bradley, you and Rebecca, I want you to set this wall frame up and knock it together. There's no doorways in it. And if you guys can actually cut your studs to suit the height of the wall. Okay, so that's our task for today.
I think the carpentry apprenticeship's good because you get to learn at the same time, but still you're out working and you're getting your own money, so it makes you even more keen to do it.
In doing the pre-voc course, it helps you learn basic skills, and in the long run, it helps you decide if the building industry is for you.
Local builders are always happy to have someone do work experience for them, and it does help if you've got on a resume when you're going in for it that you've done work experience.
Pull your trigger like that.
You have to press it in before you
Yes.
Is that what you do?
Yes, that's right, exactly the same. But when you fix it... One of the most important things that people are doing to get apprenticeships is to go out and knock on doors, go out to see friends or going onto building sites and asking if you can work there for a while, see if there's a possibility of a job. Anything of that nature that shows a bit of initiative I think is pretty important.
And we got the studs at 450 centres.
A pre-vocational course is designed primarily to give students base skills to be able to get jobs. It can be a 20-week course, and in that course we will actually get their skill level from being pretty standard up to the standard of what most employers would expect.
As a project manager for a major construction company, I'm the principal person basically responsible for achieving the client satisfaction.
You want this level right through?
That's 1.52.
Accuracy takes a high priority on a building site because if you have to rework near completion of the project, there's time and money involved.
We expect you to be punctual, we expect you to be enthusiastic in your work, and we expect you to listen to what the employer tells you.
Jason, you can go and cut the front veranda and start putting that up.
I'm looking for an apprentice who has a good communication level with other people. We win most of our contracts through word of mouth for our quality and our service, and it is quite easy to damage that reputation just by bad workmanship or bad attitude on site.
Having a trade, like carpentry, gives me a degree of freedom. Ambitions? Well, one day I'd like to get a one-year contract as a carpenter on one of Antarctic's research bases. In my own house, I'd love to build it one day.